What's around, everyone? This is going to be your special new moon in Aries reading. And what makes it so special is because it's Aries moon and it's Aries sun. So this is a pick a card, but the pick a card is all about picking which fire that resonates with you, since there's a lot of fire in the air right now, right? Okay, so just see what you resonate with. Is it the crimson or cranberry or burgundy flame? Is the yellow lemon, right? Flame? Is it the orange, right? Sweet flame? Which flame resonates with you? And that's what you're going to go based on for this new moon in Aries, in Aries season. So take a moment, resonate with which card, or better yet, resonate with which flame. And we will get into your reading about a new way of seeing things. A new way of seeing things, all right? So whichever card of the oracle cards that's under whichever flame that you chose would be the answer to a new way for you to see things in this Aries moon and this Aries sun. Also, you can interpret it in a new way of feeling as well, right? So when you get the card, when I turn over the card, look at it as a new way of not only seeing things, but feeling things. All right, let's get started. If you resonated with the first flame, the burgundy flame, the crimson flame, the cranberry flame, right? How deep you want to go with this color. It's the number 21 oracle card. So a new way of seeing things, a new way of feeling things is, look at it as not a wave, right? But intensity, right? Intensity. So the transformation during this time is, just imagine yourself being at the beach. If you have never been to the beach, you live near a lake or a pond, but never been to a beach. People who are living on the beach or near a beach probably like, what? People never been to the beach? Yes, there's people who have never been to the beach. But luckily, we have Wi-Fi, right? Shout out to Wi-Fi, okay? And you can tap into some beach modes, right? So we've all seen movies. We all can imagine, even if we've never been there before, right? You can imagine, just based on all the information that you have gathered so far in your life about a beach, right? About how the waves, the sound of the waves, the crash of the waves once it hits the rocks or the land or the sand, right? Then, there's also these seashells, maybe some of you have them in your house where you hold them up to your ear and you can hear the sounds of the seas. Imagine the roars, the water tickling your face and splashing on your face where you kind of have to like scrunch your face a little bit, but it's like of excitement. It's not like of sorrow, even though the face might look the same, but it's not. But everybody who goes to the ocean, thinks about the ocean, looks up ocean sounds, is some type of hypnotizing effect that an ocean has, and it's connected so much to the moon, which this reading is all about, right? The Aries new moon, and it also being in Aries season, so the intensity is real, so allow yourself to get into that meditative state. So in the moment, the wave unicorn, right, That's what you're looking at. Awakes. Feel the power of the crash. Ride the waves while it lasts, right? Because some days you be wishing, especially surfers, they be wishing for them waves. They be like, come on, waves, come on. They probably the only ones that are out there like, come on. Sailors too, to get things going and moving. So there are people that embrace waves, and this is what you're supposed to do. Embrace the waves, even the loud crashes and the sounds. Fly with wings that you do have with those crashes and sounds, right? And your meditation is feel the breaking of the waves, feel that intensity. Watch it crash, allow it to crash, allow the water to come on you. Wear something that's waterproof so you don't be sitting there like, oh my gosh, my makeup, oh my gosh, my hair, oh my gosh, my new loafers, fellas, got messed up. We're not worried about that. So your affirmation to help you to be able to have a new way of seeing and feeling during this new moon in Aries, during Aries season, is that you ride the wave of life with intensity and power, and you are the force of that wave. So your action would be, okay, because action is very important, especially now with just all this fire, okay, is that your action is to ride that fire, okay, to not run away from it. Don't feel intimidated. Some people are scared of the water. That's no excuse not to sit at the shore and still embrace it. Some people are scared of the dark. That's not an excuse to not go and check out what the moon looked like. Right? So stop fighting those forces and ride with it. And by doing that, you're going to have a new perspective, a new way of seeing and feeling. Enjoy. Have a wonderful day and night during this new moon energy in Aries during Aries season. All right, for those who have chose the yellow lemon bittersweet, depending on how you look at it. Flame, you have the number 11 oracle card, okay? And this is not a raven, okay? It's a unicorn raven. It's an omen. Yes, it's an omen during this time for you. This is how you're going to be able to see new ways, to feel a new way, right? So this transformation for you is a raven. Don't be scared. Flies overhead with grace and calling out to you to heed the messages and the signs around us, right? So you looking at her, him flying with grace, and all of a sudden it turns into a unicorn raven, bringing you an omen of signs of things to come. So take heed. Don't get programmed by, I know back in the days there was a movie called The Crows. Not The Crows. Was it The Crows or The Birds? But anyway, oh my gosh, that thing had me like scared of a crowd of birds, because of that movie. So a lot of people have fears of birds, and some people, they see birds and they're like, uh-oh, I wonder what's going to happen. Uh-oh. It's like, uh-oh, instead of like, what's going, but it's not a bad thing, So erase all those. It's a new way of seeing, new way of feeling, okay? So when you see those birds, listen, message, birdie, 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 birdie with the ladder, right? On your window sill, okay? So, all right, DTP. So the meditation is the raven unicorn appears with a message in its wings, and it's up to you to receive the message, especially during this Aries moon, during Aries season. That's beyond what has been seen in this world, okay? So don't fight it. Your affirmation says that you follow the signs and omens that you see around you. They are guideposts for you along your journey. Tell that to yourself. These are guideposts. These are signs, stop signs, take yield signs, slow down signs. So you might have to turn off some of those distractions. Turn off the phone, turn off the social medias, turn off the YouTubes, even me. Turn those off for a few hours. It's a new moon, so new things. So if you're used to always waking up and that's the first thing you do, maybe not wake up to that and that's the first thing you do. It's like, oh, I really want to do it, but you'll see the benefits of it. Kind of go back to the old fashioned days when they didn't have, what did they do when they didn't have all this? I mean, I can remember when there was no cell phones. I can remember when the phones was through the walls and through the, post outside and yada, yada, yada. I remember when you only had 5 feet to stretch the cord to get some privacy. I remember when there was no voicemail. So what did people do back then? People had to wait until you get home to return their messages. People had to wait to watch their program that come on at 8 o'clock because there was no streaming services back then. Before there was VCRs. VCRs was like, yes, okay. That was like magic to people. Like, what? I mean, even just Star 69 was magic back in the day. All right, shout out to the people who can relate. All the young folks, you know what I'm talking about. Just go back a couple years ago, before there was Twitter, before there was Snapchat, before there was YouTube, before all that. Y'all still can remember that when y'all was still watching cable TV, being young, and then, they coming out with the little phones and all that other kind of stuff. So turn those off. Go back to the old type of ways, Don't respond so quickly, I mean, when you get there, you get there. When you get to the message, you get to the message. I mean, some of y'all have kids and responsibilities, elderly parents, taking care of other people's kids. So yeah, I get it. Sometimes you just don't know, especially if those people are not around you and they're in the care of other people. There might be an emergency phone call, but you can choose. You've been living your life, so you can choose a time of the day where it's less likely to get those type of phone calls. So if okay, these people are in my presence, they are now asleep, they are now taken care of, I done did that for them, I did this is going to be my time. And even if they're up and busy and not asleep, you can let them know, this is my time, so I won't be answering nothing. The food is in the refrigerator, this, that, set it up, put a sign out, post, a lot of different cute little ideas that you can let people know that you need your time and your space at this time. And you're not going to be responding as fast as you do because you need to free yourself, in order to receive these messages, in order to receive these omens, okay? And then when you do, hey, take flight. And then comment. All right, have a wonderful day and night and enjoy this new moon in Aries season, right? In Aries. What's around everyone here who has chose the third flame or the orange flame or the tangerine flame, or if you want to talk about, the hip area, you could, but, or the upper hip area. So this is what you need to do in order to have a new way of seeing things and feeling things, right? With this new moon in Aries, with the sun in Aries, Aries season. So you look and you say, is that a mermaid? Well, honey, her face just says it all. It's not a mermaid. Daring, right? Do you dare to leave your path to dive in deep and experience a place where men or women do not tread? Human, right? They don't go there where you're about to go. Sink or swim? Will you jump in? What? Who's scared of water? You gonna jump in? All right. The water is choppy and cold, but fine. And if you dare to explore, you may boldly claim adventure is yours. So go ahead and explore. Go ahead and wander, right? Make it a wonderful day. Come be a part of the sea, right? So don't be scared. In this spirit of daring, a mermaid will be there. Mystery upon mystery, magic will unfold. He is the mermaid unicorn for those who dare to brave the cold. So here's your meditation. Swim deeper into the kingdom of the mermaid unicorn. Feel your own bravery, your daring, your dashing, your dazzling form. All this confidence okay, to emanate into every fiber of your being. So even if you kind of watch mermaid stories, there's an old 80s movie called The Mermaid, for those who like stories, or old 80s and 90s movies, because I think we have the best, right, for those who y'all in my generation. So go back. It's called The Mermaid. It's fabulous. They might have HD'd it by now, but it's a wonderful. So tap into things like that, tap into any type of movies, any type of sounds. Just use your own imagination, because at this point you don't need any other. If you chose this is telling me you don't need any other external things to put you in that mode of a mermaid mode. You know what I mean? So it's like preaching to the choir type of thing. But for those, there are so many billions of people out there. Tap in to that mermaid. What would it be like? What would it feel like? What is their life like to you? What do you think it's all about? Even go back to the history of mermaids. However you want to look at the light side of it or the occult side of it, however you want to dive deep. But this is saying go there. Go there. So some actions. Do something that scares you. Go ahead. Okay, #challenge. Okay, now don't be doing the stuff that's on TikTok and all that. I'm not talking about them challenges and all them other hashtags. I'm talking about your own personal challenge. It might be something that somebody doesn't know that you're scared of, but you want to do this on your own pace. You want to conquer this on your own time. You can do things like that. You might be scared of swimming, but your family don't know that you're taking swimming lessons between 5 and 6 o'clock. They think you working overtime, or whatever, you at the mall or something like that, or you got an extra job, or you here, you at your friend's house. They might not know that because you don't want the pressure of the expectations, everybody asking you how you doing. You might even be scared of going to counseling because you don't want to deal with all that junk. You don't want to deal with all that old baggage. You don't want to deal with the bones in the closets and stuff like that, the goblins and ghosts and all that. You don't want to deal with that. So you decide, okay, I'm not going to get no kind of help. I'm going to try to, but deep inside, this is a deep card. So deep inside that in order for you to start living a new way of seeing, a new way of looking at life, a new way of feeling about things, about your life and external life around you, you're going to have to go through that deep process of clearing out. Go ahead and do it. My advice is there's so many people out here that's offering advice, but go with what resonates with you, okay? You can get advice from other people saying go here, go there, but only you know what you resonate. Only you know what clicks. You know what I mean? So go ahead. Take that challenge. Do the dare. It's up upon you, okay, to look into the mirror, because you are the hero in all of this, okay? So that's your new way. Okay, that's your new way right there. So be daring, be bold. And this is perfect for this time, because anything about Aries, if y'all know anything about Aries, do they care about what y'all think? No, they don't. Are they daring? Yes, they are. Do they care? No, they don't. Do they do it anyway? Yes, they do. Why? Because they said so. Why? Because they said so. Why did y'all say so? No, because they said so. Aries moon, Aries sun. All right? And if y'all Aries out there that got this card, shh. Watch out now. Go ahead. Do it. But if you're a fire sign already, especially if you are Aries with this daring, just just be wise. Tap in a little wisdom to there, because I don't want serious harm or injuries, because that's a lot of fire if you already an Aries and you pick this card. So tap into some balance as well. You know what I mean? Mermaids they talk about balance with mermaid life. So tap into that to balance some of that fire out. And I'm offering all this fire too in this reading. Yeah, sorry about that. But this is a good lesson to learn balance, right? How much to give, how much not to give, how much to put out, how much not to put out, right? For you fire signs out there. Okay, enjoy this new moon in Aries and the new way of feeling and seeing about your life and about the world. Have a good day and night.